first mention of Jaffa is about 5,000 years ago, right after the Great Flood, when one of the sons of Noah, a man called Japhet, founded this city and named it Jaffa after himself. And Jaffa becomes an important port city for many cultures, among which are the Phoenicians that are seagoing people. But Jaffa doesn't really reach its climax until about 2,000 years ago, when a very important event takes place right here and changes Christianity, converting it into the religion that we know today. In Acts 9, we read about Peter, who is in a town called Lydda, very close to Ben Gurion Airport of today. And he's asked to come to Jaffa to resurrect young Tabitha that has died. And while in Jaffa, he stays in the house of one Simon the tanner, a man who works with leather, right here. And Peter is hungry, and while they make him the food, he goes up to the roof and he has a vision. He experiences an ecstasy during which he sees a sheet come down from the heavens, held by all four corners, and full of all sort of four-legged creatures, reptiles, and birds. An angel says to him, "Rise, Simon Peter, kill and eat." But Peter is a Jew, and among those animals are many that are not kosher and are considered impure. So Peter says, "Surely not, Lord. I have never eaten anything impure or unclean." And the angel reprimands him, saying, "Do not call anything impure that God has made clean." In other words, how do you, a human being, dare call something that God placed on this earth unclean? This happens 3 times, and the sheet is then taken back into the heavens. And Peter is left perplexed, wondering about the vision that he had. Now let's stop here and go back 2 days to a different place, Caesarea Maritima. And we're told of Cornelius, who was a centurion of the Italian regiment, the Roman legion. And centurion means an officer that has 100 or more soldiers under his command. And this man Cornelius, not a Jew, was a God-fearing person that did lots of good deeds and gave alms. And one day, as he was standing in the kitchen, an angel approached him and said to him, "Cornelius." So he backs down in fear, saying, "What is it, Lord?" And the angel said to him, "Thy prayers and thy alms are come up for a memorial before God. God is pleased with your doing. Now send men of trust to Jaffa, to the house of one Simon the tanner, and bring forth Simon Peter that is staying there." So Cornelius summoned 2 servants and a devout soldier and sent them out on their way to Jaffa. It took them 2 days of walking to get here. And in the afternoon or evening of the second day, as they were approaching Jaffa, Peter had his vision. And they knock on the door. "Hi, good afternoon. Is there, what's his name? Is there a Simon Peter staying here?" And Peter says, "I am he. What do you need?" And they reply, "Well, listen, our master Cornelius asked that you come with us to Caesarea." And Peter brings them in, offers them dinner, and the next morning heads to Caesarea, accompanied by a few Jaffa brethren. And as they are approaching Caesarea, Cornelius comes to greet them, and he bows in front of Simon Peter. And Peter says to him, Hey, buddy, get up, for I too am only just a man." And Peter also says something very important. "You know that as a Jew, it is illegal for me to associate with non-Jews. But God has taught me not to call anything or anyone impure." And that was extremely important, because up until that moment, Judeo-Christianity was a tightly knit clique that did not allow anybody from the outside to come in. But from that moment onwards, Christianity becomes a missionary religion that welcomes people with open arms, and the religion that we know today. Cornelius became the very first person to convert to Christianity without having been a Jew first. And that is the importance of this place, because this is the beginning of modern Christianity. This is where we would like to begin our pilgrimage/voyage in the Holy Land.